The bombing of the bandits who attended their leader Alta's burial should make others to surrender. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Since the early hours of yesterday, news of the elimination of one of the most feared bandit leaders, Alhaji Alta, has been making headlines on news media. Sincerely, I think these people are continually getting it wrong. Or is it that they have refused to get it right? Look, these people surrendering should not be seen as an act of victory. If you were a certain king of a particular community and 5 kings have told you that they have made it clear to you that they are going to wage war, you have said you have pleaded for peace and they said no, and all of a sudden they start surrendering, you will have to be as smart as a serpent. Yes, you have to be. You are not going to come out in the open and say, oh, I told you people they are going to surrender, because you do not know what they are going to do the next moment. They are going to surrender to you so that at the end of the day, you are going to relax your alertness and then they strike. This is exactly what. Why is it too difficult for them to understand? How and when are they going to understand that, look, this bandit surrendering to them is not an act of victory? It is not. These people can actually surrender to you and you think you have won. And they go in and they learn all the tactics of the Nigerian army. Tomorrow, you start seeing them wearing the army uniform. You start seeing them speaking the same language and communicating the same way these bandits communicate, this army communicates. And then you start asking yourself, why is it too difficult? It is because you have opened your door to them and allowed them see that the way you operate. That is how it is. So the bandits surrendering to them, it is not and should not be seen as a sign of victory. I've said it before. The perfect solution to this is if they sign a particular bill into law. If you see these people, you arrest them, right? The army arrests them, text them, question them, try and investigate and get information from them. Make them believe that, yeah, they are going to be free. You give them you get all the information you can get from them. Then, sincerely, by a firing squad or by hanging, they go. They have been arranging meetings for sons of Adam to meet their maker. You see them, whenever you come across them, you are not going to be the same. It is either you are killed or you are given a trauma for the rest of your life. Now, so the same thing should be done to them. The way they are sending people to their maker for meeting. A meeting should be arranged for them. Simple. So rendering to the federal government, to the army, is not an act of weakness. See, it is a plan. It is a plot. They surrender and they stay maybe for 1 year. They learn all the things that there is to learn in the Nigerian military. And they go and create it. And before you know it, people will not even know the difference between the Nigerian army and the bandits anymore. Please. The earlier they get this and, they understand this, the better for everyone. Stay with us. The news in detail. Based on PM News report on a prompt response to credible intelligence gathering, the above-mentioned notorious bandit leaders met their ends after a Nigerian Air Force NAF aircraft under Operation Hadarin-Danji bombarded their hideout at the Godsamen Forest and Samari village in Benemagaji local government area of Zamfara State on the night of the New Year Eve. Also, as the report has it, after the first strike, the aircraft was gone. Alta's fighters gathered to conduct his burial, but they were also raided by the firecraft that returned there without the expectations, as many of them were also allegedly terminated in the process. Meanwhile, even as the marauding criminals are being hunted down by the security operatives, the surviving ones among them remain steadfast with their evil deeds. Thus, rather than to try their luck by surrendering to the government, if they will be granted amnesty, they have decidedly become more brutal towards the society and its innocent inhabitants. This has been confirmed by Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, who has found himself on the critical side of most Nigerians as relentlessly airs his sympathy for them. According to the famous Islamic cleric, the wanton barbarians are taking revenge on behalf of their comrades and families who were killed during the government instigated airstrikes against them at their hideouts in the forest. Sheikh Ahmad Gumi with his team members during their meeting with some bandits during the botched February amnesty deal. In furtherance of the foregoing, a researcher of banditry, James Burnett, allegedly said the late Alhaji of banditry, Alta, was a dreadful bandit whose men could later go on reprisal attacks in their attempts to revenge his death. The above tendency notwithstanding, the best decision that the surviving members of the underworld should rightly make is to turn a new leaf by pleading with the government if they can still be forgiven after making mess of their previous opportunities, as earlier pointed out. And backing on reprisal attacks will only lead them on the path of more fatal end, like the already gone colleagues. Let me get this into there. Look. Let me get this into your head. I don't know how to explain this so that the Nigerian, I just wish they can listen to this. The thing is, these people, how can you have people who have told you to your face? They have beat their chest right into your face. They have spat on the graves of your raped daughter who died, who they killed, on the graves of your wife, on the graves of your husbands and children. And they will tell you they're even coming back for more. And you catch them or they surrender to you, then you, because your name is Merciful Jesus, and then you did what you want to grant them amnesty. Why and how? Why and how? If you grant them amnesty, at the end of the day, look what is going to happen. They will learn all the tactics of a Nigerian army, the language they speak, how they operate, their produce, their memorandum of operation, everything they will learn. And then they will come back more firstly. That is what is going to happen. And they will do this with eating Nigerian food, the government's food, free drink, Cold Stone ice cream, juice, fried rice, good food. They will have more energy to come back. Can't they just see this? Can't they just see it? It is endangering more Nigeria, because by then they would have gotten even more information. They will kill more military groups. They will kill more Nigerians. In fact, it will even be very difficult, because they would have been attacking with the way the army is launching attack on them. Now that's how they will do. That is why, as you are doing, you're not going to stop. For instance now, a snake now beats one of, when you see a snake is, you know what a snake does? It beats the heel, right? It bites or it beats, whatever. Before I speak tomorrow tense. So it actually bites someone, right? Now it bites someone, then someone strikes the snake. Even as the snake is in its dying state, it will still be looking for somebody else to bite until it is killed. Except you strike it. If you strike it and leave it and say it has died, let me leave it, maybe it's your pet, it will come back for you in a very first manner. That is just it. Does that now mean you are going to say, oh, it is going to repent? No. A snake will always be a snake. Thank you. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in.